Hey, what's up guys? Joker here. I hope you all had a happy Easter or Passover or just April Fools, whatever you happen to celebrate. Hope you had a good holiday weekend. Today we're going to be getting back into things with some tech news, and later this week I'm actually going to be traveling out to PAX East, so if you're interested in any content from the show floor, be sure that you are subscribed for that content, as it will be coming in just a few days. But as I said, we're going to be starting today for the week with some tech news. We've got a fake news rumor, which was originally an April Fool's joke, but it still appears to be online, and a lot of people had been messaging me and asking me about actually two different rumors, so I just wanted to quickly address those and also talk about how April Fool's jokes can sometimes go a little bit too far if they're still continuing to be online after the fact. Also, a quick look at GPU prices, which appear to be starting to come down a little bit, possibly because of the ASIC miners coming onto the scene, so we're going to be taking a look at that. And also today, Intel revealed their upcoming lineup of Coffee Lake processors for laptops and some of the ones that are going to be coming out. But as I said, we're going to be starting off with a fake rumor which began over on WCCFTech. Actually, they did two April Fool's jokes. One went up on March 31st, so a day early, and the other one went up on April 1st, this past Sunday. The first one we can look at here is the 1180 Ti specs and benchmarks leaked, which is just ridiculous to think that NVIDIA would be leading with an 1180 Ti, but they have a very believable photo here of the 1180 Ti, saying that it's going to have 10,750 CUDA cores running at 2.5 gigahertz clock speed on GT102 on the Turing architecture, which is, something people are waiting to hear about, the Turing architecture and all of that. And I don't really have a problem with this post in general going up on April 1st. That's completely fine. It's April Fool's Day after all, even though it did kind of fool a few people right at first. When I first looked at it, I was just like, there's no way. And then when I saw the specs, I was like, there's definitely no way that this is actually going to be coming out, because it would have destroyed Titan V. So they did a good job of making it at least so unbelievable that it couldn't possibly be happening. But now here we are on April 3rd, and this news post is still sitting online, and I don't really see what purpose this serves other than to get clicks and some good search engine optimization for these terms, like NVIDIA GTX 1180 Ti specs and benchmarks leaked, which as of right now, there isn't even an 1180 Ti announced, so this is going to very likely come up to the top of the heap as far as search engine optimization is concerned on Google. If anyone searches for 1180 Ti specs at any point in time in the future, this could be right up there at the top of the list, and it's just an April Fool's joke. And, right now you might think to look at the date, but say 3-4 months from now, if someone's searching for this, they're not going to immediately think to look at the date or know that this is an April Fool's joke. So I just kind of feel like when it comes to news articles and things like this that could be searched, throughout time, I think after April Fool's Day is over, these kind of things need to be taken down right away, or at least put a disclaimer. There was another story that they did about a fake partnership with Intel and AMD coming out with a desktop GPU, which they have now updated. It said on April 2nd they updated this as an April Fool's joke. Well, why didn't you do that on the 1180 Ti one, or take them down entirely? Really, if you're leaving these up, you're not doing anything other than to try to get those easy clicks onto your website and make some ad revenue. So I would just call on WCCFTech to just take the articles down. April Fool's Day is over. There's no reason for these articles to still exist other than to grab some quick advertising dollars from unsuspecting people visiting these websites over the next weeks and months and even possibly years. So take the articles down. April Fool's Day is over. These don't need to be up here anymore. You're not fooling anyone except, well, you could possibly be fooling some people. Although it's not at the time that you need to be joking about it. So I know I might seem like a bit of a stick in the mud here on this, but it's confusing. I know when I was trying to do research for topics for news videos this week, it was messing up my workflow seeing these things come up, and I was getting lots of emails and messages and Twitter's tweets and stuff like that asking me about these things and asking me to talk about them when I knew for a fact they were 100% false. So just take them down. We've got enough fake rumors that go up on WCCFTech. We don't need any more. All right, so next up, we're going to talk about graphics card prices, which appear to starting to be coming down a little bit. If we look over here on PC Part Picker, it's some of the newest cards here. You can see the prices do appear to be normalizing a little bit, looking at like the 1066 gigabytes coming down to around $350 on some of the different variants available here, which is not terrible. It should be a little bit less than that, but being able to get them for around $350 is certainly very reasonable. Going over on Newegg, the new Red Dragon Vega 56, they've got that over there for $730, which is still like $300 more than what it should be. But still, compared to like even just a month ago, these cards were selling for over $1,000. So you could see that the prices are starting to trend downward, which is a good thing. And on top of that, the cards are at least just available. You couldn't even buy cards a month ago. So now they're available. The prices are coming down a little bit. Vega 64, these are like two of the most, were two of the hardest to find graphic cards were Vega 56 and Vega 64. And you can see Newegg has the Sapphire Nitro Plus Vega 64 in stock for $800, which was, like I said, around $1,100, $1,200 just a few weeks to a month ago. And these are available. You can put these in your cart and get them right now. Not saying that you should. I still wouldn't buy them at these prices because this card should be around $500, maybe $550 on a good day. But hey, the prices are starting to improve, so that's all good to see. This could very likely be due down to the fact of the ASIC miners are going to start coming available. We talked about this a couple of weeks ago, where we're going to be seeing a few of these hitting market in April, which will allow people to mine with ASICs rather than graphics cards, which will be much more efficient, get better hash rates and all of that, and better on power and all that stuff, really. So this is really what we've been waiting for to kind of make the miners look at not wanting to use ASICs as opposed to graphics cards, so that we can actually use these for gaming and so that you guys can finally get some graphics cards in your systems if you've been waiting to upgrade or build a new system. It looks like the end of the crisis is at least starting to come into our sights. We can kind of see it on the horizon here, and with new NVIDIA cards expected to launch sometimes toward the end of summer. I know we didn't get the big announcement at GTC that we had wanted, but it still seems like things are on track for towards the end of summer 2018, and we'll probably see those touring announcements come about, the real touring announcements, not the fake one posted by WCCFTech. And our last news story for today is concerning Intel's new Coffee Lake processors in laptops. They revealed some i5, i7, as well as i9 6-core CPUs, the i9s being hyper-threaded with 12 threads of processing power being put into these laptops, which is very impressive. I can't wait to see some of the kind of budget-oriented, like under $1,000 laptops, maybe around $750, $800, somewhere around there, with 6 cores. Obviously, those won't be like the i9s, but something like the i5s or i7s, even with 6 cores without hyper-threading, is going to be really nice for productivity. I typically use laptops when I travel for events like PAX in the next week. So yeah, seeing something like that for around maybe $700 or $800, I think it'd be really interesting, paired up with, like, let's say like a 1050 Ti. I know Acer is putting out one of those laptops like that, which we should be checking out here on the channel as soon as that they are available, so definitely keep an eye out for that. Also worth noting on these new laptops is that they are also denoting an i9 Plus variant, or Plus variants in general, just i Plus they're calling them. And basically what this means is that they have Intel Optane memory on the laptop themselves, which is just serving as a cache between the system RAM as well as your storage to kind of speed things up a bit, like load times maybe for your games and that. So that's something that's worth considering in these. I'm not sure if it's really going to provide that much of a performance improvement, as so far the videos I've seen on Optane in general have not been very impressive, and the cost of them versus the performance that they're delivering doesn't really seem justifiable to me for the Optane. But I'm most excited to just see the 6-core processors coming in on sort of like the mid to entry level laptops. I think that's going to be really good for someone that doesn't necessarily need it for gaming. I mean, obviously, if you're getting a laptop with a 1050 Ti, you will be able to do some gaming. But just seeing something around, $500 to $800 in that range with a 6-core processor that can to be able to do stuff like video editing and all of that on the go is going to be very appealing to someone like me. So I look forward to seeing those. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below on the new Intel Coffee Lake laptop processors, the graphics card prices possibly starting to normalize, and those fake news stories being posted up on April Fool's Day and still continuing to remain online after the fact. I really don't think there's any place for them online after April Fool's Day is over, except to just get those easy clicks, which is just kind of sketchy, to be honest. So I'm going to go ahead and get on out of here, guys. As always, I look forward to our discussion down in the comments below. If you enjoyed this news video and learned something new, don't forget to leave a like on it down below and subscribe if you're not already. And if you have been here for a while, you can always hit the notification bell so you never miss a moment of content here on the channel. And I'll catch you tomorrow for another video. Ta-ra.